All right, my name is Sergeant Blair. I'm an instructor with the EOTG Ropes and Recovery Branch, and I'm going to be walking you through the 14 knots that are graded in the Assault Climbers course. So first one we're going to be starting off with is the water knot. The water knot gets tied with the tubular nylon, which is what I have right here in my hands, and it is a 30-second knot. So you have 30 seconds to tie this knot. And of course in Assault Climbers, our knots are tied blindfolded during testing. So to start with the water knot, first thing I'm going to do is take this pigtail in my left hand here, and I'm going to measure out approximately two fists worth of tube nylon, and I'm going to wrap it around my fingers, make an X right here. So I'm going to trap that X with my thumb. Now I'm going to take this pigtail here and replace my fingers with the pigtail through that loop. Now I trace down to the other end here. It is going to go, so you see here I got the pigtail, and then I have this little bridge right here. This pigtail is going to come under that bridge. I'm going to pull out about another 2 fists to that other side, and I'm going to start tracing it around. So if you see on the bottom side here how this strand starts to wrap around, I'm just going to follow it with the pigtail around until I come under 2 strands on the opposite side. Now I'm going to pull that through. Once I get to here, I'm going to grab each side of my pigtail and I'm going to pull it out to about the length that I want it to be. All right, once I get that to the appropriate length, I'm going to pull on either side of the big loop here, setting and dressing my knot. Okay, so this is a completed water knot, and now I'm just going to go through the grading criteria for this knot. Okay, so starting off, we have this big loop here. You're allowed to have 1 twist in that loop. So 1 twist is okay, 2 twists is a fail. Moving up to these pigtails. These pigtails are supposed to be between 2 and 4 fingers. So if I hold that knot right there on my hand, it needs to be past your middle finger, but not past your pinky. Okay, and it's the same measurement for each of those pigtails. Now, if we move into the knot itself, it needs to be properly set. Okay, so this knot has to be nice and hard, like a rock. If it's squishy at all, that means it's not properly set. All right, and it also needs to be properly dressed. Okay, so that means we have these 2 strands here. If one of these strands, say the bottom strand, is showing more than 20%, that's a fail. Okay, so these knots need to be at least, or these strands need to be at least 80% covered. And again, it's a 30-second knot, water knot. Chill like that, tracing it around.
And if you don't quickly go over the areas that might be graded, look over and make
Okay,
sure there's not 2 knots.
All right, so grading criteria. We start off with this big loop. No more than 1 twist. 1 twist is okay. 2 twists is wrong. Going up to the pigtails, need to be at least 2 to 4 fingers. Okay, so past the middle finger, not past the pinky, and it's graded on the student's hand. With the actual knot itself, it needs to be hard. So if it's squishy, then it's not properly set. And then these 2 strands here. So if 1 strand is less than 80% covered, so starting to get down in that range, then that's going to be a fail. So they need to be at least 80% coverage on both strands.